Welcome students to this lecture of refrigeration and air conditioning. So today our topic is refrigerant compressor. So it is the heart of the refrigeration system, and it is the most important and costliest component of VCRS system. Okay, so it means it mainly bears 30 to 40% of the total cost of the system. Okay, if your total cost is 100%, only compressor bears 40%. Okay. uh, so the function of the compressor is to draw the refrigerant vapor from the evaporator, so that the low pressure and low temperature can be maintained in the evaporator. It also raises the pressure of the refrigerant to a level at which it can condense by rejecting heat to the cooling medium in the condenser. So let's next discuss the important terms. Okay, so first is your suction pressure, that is your PS. It is the absolute pressure of the refrigerant at the entry or at the inlet of the compressor is your suction pressure. Next is your discharge pressure, that is your PD. The absolute pressure of the refrigerant at the outlet of the compressor is your discharge pressure. Clear? Similarly, uh, next is your what is compression ratio or pressure ratio? The ratio of the absolute discharge pressure to the absolute suction pressure is known as your compression ratio or pressure ratio. Okay, its value is always more than 1, or you can also define as the total cylinder volume to the clearance volume. Clear? Next is your suction pressure, suction volume. So it is the volume of the refrigerant sucked by the compressor during its suction stroke. Okay, so next is your swept volume, stroke volume, or piston displacement volume. So it is the volume swept by the piston when it moves from its top or inner dead position to the bottom or outer dead position. So mathematically you can write Vs will be area into length. Area means cross sectional area of the cylinder or piston, that is pi by 4 d square into L. Okay. Next is your what is clearance factor. So clearance factor, it is the ratio between clearance volume to the swept volume, means C can be defined as the Vc by Vs, and it is a unitless quantity as it is a factor only. Okay. Next is your compression capacity. So it is the volume of actual amount of refrigerant passing through the compressor in a particular unit of time. Okay, and it is equal to the suction volume. Next is your volumetric efficiency. Okay, so it is the ratio of compressor capacity or the suction volume to the swept volume. So volumetric efficiency will be V suction to the V swept. Okay, and its range will vary from 70 to 80%. Means it will be come under the category of good compressor. Okay. Okay, next we will see the different types of compressor. First compressor is your hermetically sealed compressor. Okay, so you can see the diagram here, the line diagram of hermetically sealed compressor. So there is a motor, and there is the piston cylinder arrangement. Okay, there is outlet valve, and there is an inlet, and it is the casing, and below there is a lubricating oil. So listen to my words what I am saying. So the motor and compressors are enclosed in the same housing to prevent the refrigerant leakage. So next point you have to remember, motor rejects a part of power supplied to it due to eddy current and friction. Next, compressor also gets heated due to friction and also due to temperature rise in the compressor. Motor needs cooling by using low pressure refrigerant vapor which flows over the motor. So motor winding is in direct contact with refrigerant, so only those refrigerant in is suitable which have high dielectric strength. Okay. And the properties of the refrigerant should be selected such that it should have desired cooling rate so that motor winding will not burn out. Okay. So next is your semi hermetic compressor. So in some large capacity hermetic units, the cylinder heads are removable so that the valves and the piston can be serviced time to time, is known as your semi hermetic compressor. It is used in factory assembly unit. Okay. Next is your reciprocating compressor. Okay. You can see the block diagram. There is the cylinder having delivery valve and inlet valve, and it is the connecting rod, piston, crank pin, and crankshaft, and there is a balancing weight. So what is the working principle? The reciprocating motion of the piston gives rise to the suction and compression. Clear? Mass flow rate depends upon the size and speed of the compressor and volumetric efficiency. Clear? As the piston is moving towards ODC, a suction pressure is created inside the cylinder, and hence the inlet valve will open and a fresh charge of refrigerant will be admitted into the cylinder. And during this stroke, delivery valve is closed. As the piston is now moving towards the inner dead center, the pressure of the refrigerant will rapidly rise, and when uh, it is more than the outside pressure of the cylinder, delivery valve gets opened and the compressed refrigerant now delivered from the cylinder. Okay, this is the very simple working of reciprocating compressor. Next we will discuss about the rotary compressor. Okay. Look the diagram very carefully. uh, so rotary compressor, here is the um, here is the casing in which there is a there is a circular cylinder where a roller is attached and eccentric at some eccentricity. Okay, there is a pipe, two pipes. One pipe is connected to the suction port and another pipe is connected to the condenser, and there is a discharge port also. Discharge valve is there and a spring is attached to the roller, and the whole arrangement is inserted in the oil. Okay. So in this type of compressor, the roller is eccentrically mounted on the motor shaft with a spring. The whole assembly should be placed in airtight housing and dipped in compressor oil, and now the vapor is compressed to high pressure by this compressor by the action of rotor shaft. So the low pressure vapor enters compressed and finally discharged to the condenser. Clear? So this is the working of roller type rotary compressor. Okay. So next is your vane type rotary compressor. It will also come under rotary compressor. Clear? Means we have to study only vane type rotary compressor and centrifugal compressor. Okay. So I'm zooming the diagram for you. Vane type, you look here. So students, let me draw. Okay. So this one is the inlet and this one is the outlet. Okay. And it is the housing. Okay, it is the housing, and these are the vanes. And look here in the diagram very carefully. The vane is not centrally connected, it will be connect and offset from the center, and there is the spring attachment to the center to the vanes. Okay, can you see here? Look here, there is a spring attached to the vanes. Okay, means the vanes will rotate, the automatically the size of it means this will vane will rotate, the automatically the blades will compressed and expand according to the shape area or size area of the housing. Okay, so let's see. So in this compressor, more number of vanes are mounted in the slots of rotor mounted on the eccentric. Okay, the vane's position is controlled as the rotor rotates. Okay, so they can be used up to 180 Kelvin temperature, and the compression ratio is limited to 7:1 and has very high volumetric efficiency. Okay, so this is the simple working of vane type rotary compressor, and it is basically used for high volumetric efficiency, and remember its compression ratio is 7:1. Next, see the centrifugal compressor. So this is the diagram of the centrifugal compressor. Students, you have already gone through the centrifugal pump in your hydraulic machine. Okay, there is no difference between compressor and pump. Pump means it will deal with water, and compressor means it will deal with air. And here air means refrigerant vapor. Okay, so here it is the volute casing, and there is the impeller. This is the blades, and this is the outlet. Clear? So it is very easy. Centrifugal compressor working principle is same as the centrifugal pump. Okay, so in this compressor the centrifugal force changes low pressure vapor with high pressure vapor. uh, these compressors are generally used for large displacement. Okay, so what is the construction and working? Its working is similar to the centrifugal pump, where the incoming gas means vapor, refrigerant vapor, enters the eye of the spinning of the enters the eye of spinning impeller and is thrown by the centrifugal force to the periphery of the impeller. Okay, so that causes the blades of the impeller to impact high velocity to the gas, also to build up pressure from the impeller gas uh, to the pressure. From the impeller gas then flows into the diffuser blades or into volute, where some of the kinetic energy is converted into your pressure energy. Okay students, so this completes your refrigerant compressor. Next we will deal with uh, other refrigerant equipments, that is condenser and evaporator. Okay, thank you.